you're listening to this, this
Yo,
is
yo.
the Anything Goes School of Mixed Martial Arts podcast where we don't actually talk about mixed martial arts at all. Unless it's in the news, then we might comment about it. But yeah, we really don't want to. We just named it that way because it's funny to us.
That's right, because like the title says, anything goes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's start off the day with, well, how are you, Tig?
You know me, constantly battling depression just like the rest of us.
Heard. Heard. I hear you.
Uh, trying to adult as best as I can, and that usual, salt grind.
Yeah.
How about you?
Uh, Working. Got some relatively good news today. Well, this week. I'm not sure if it's going to hopefully it'll pan out into something, but a little bit more on the moving over to the IT department on my job. I ran into the one infrastructure guy at my job who is desperately wanting them to hire me so that way I can help him get everything he's like months behind on, because for some reason they're hiring people who can work with SAP, but they're not hiring anybody for infrastructure. And poor Calvin is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to get things going and working and caught up. We have like two boxes in the IT room over at the distribution center I work at, full of our scan guns and printers that need to be sent off and repaired. And
Mm.
we have broken guns that we're using. I mean, our screens are cracked and stuff like that. It's a struggle. My gun has a hole in the screen, and I've been using it for a long time. And I'm sitting here going, why hasn't this stuff been fixed? This is like important equipment, guys. But hey, what do I know? So I talked to him, and he's like, I'm gonna make some phone calls and send off some emails, and let's see if we can get this shit moving because I need help. And I'm like, yeah, I want to help you. I really do. I'm like, if you said yes, let's do this now, and it was okay, I'd be like, yo, I'm gone, guys. Um, and they got me working 10 hours tomorrow, so I got to go to bed here soon and get up at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning to be there at 4:30 in the morning. People are freaking nuts.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with that one. I'd much rather come in at 6:30 and work until 5. I mean, straight up, I'd rather work my 10 hours that way. But coming in at 4:30 is insane. It's
Yeah,
it's bad shit.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I, uh, Friday I was about ready to stab somebody in the throat because they told us Thursday night that it's a mandatory 10-hour shift. You have to come in at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, you motherfuckers. So I come in at 4:30 in the morning, pissed off because I'm up that early in the morning.
Hmm.
And then they tell me it wasn't mandatory, that somebody should have told me before I left that he didn't have to come in. They just took volunteers. I'm like, I'm about to stab somebody. Y'all fucked up my morning coffee, and I'm up. I'm just
Just ruined the entire day.
yeah. And so for the first 2 hours, I was just fuming, angry, and kind of I didn't do shit. I'm not proud of that. Well, actually, I'm kind of proud. You know what? I'm not. It's one of those moments like whatever. I did stuff, but not really wholeheartedly.
You did stuff, but not stuff.
Yeah, I could have worked harder, but I wasn't going to. And then it was just Friday, Monday are just going to make me want to stab people. I have that feeling.
Well, it's Monday, so pretty much everybody has that feeling.
A little bit more than that. You know what I mean? I'm talking like I'm ready to stab bitch. I'm ready to stab bitch.
Ready to choke a bitch and stab a hoe.
That's right. And so yeah, no, that's how it is. Me and you knocked out the rest of Claire's story on Resident Evil, and
Woot woot.
I'm thinking,
Now you gotta do Leon Part A, and then no Leon Part B, and then Claire Part A next time.
yep. And then I got to get over to Devil May Cry, and hopefully here soon I can procure a copy of Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Woot woot.
I'd really love to play that. But yeah,
Oh
no.
my God! Have you? Speaking of Sekiro, have you heard what a lot of the the so-called games journalists are saying?
It's so hard.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Literally, one quote that I heard from somebody say, the developers of Sekiro should respect their players and create an easier difficulty.
no, it's from FromSoft. FromSoft. If you don't know how to play a FromSoft game, then don't play FromSoft games. Plain and
Here's
simple.
exactly. See, here's the thing. It goes back to the Dark Souls in which we created this uh, get good mentality that everybody should have, and in a way, it kind of it's created its own little toxic thing. We're like, get new scrub, get good scrub, or whatever. But at the same time, sometimes there are going to be. It's not like we've never grown up with games that had a challenge or two. Like
Right?
freaking Nintendo games were sometimes some of the most challenging games I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
People act like Ninja Gaiden doesn't exist.
No, I know. Oh my god, it's so hard to play them. It it doesn't hold my hand. Oh. Anyways,
Where's the easy mode? This jump is too hard.
I know, right? Oh my god, people need to stop complaining and just play a game and enjoy it.
Sometimes you just need to get better at something.
You need to get good, scrub. Learn.
Or if you're going to report on it, get someone who can do it
Exactly. Exactly.
and just watch them play it.
Amen, brethren. Amen. So, oh man, I'm tired. I'm already tired. My family's been here all weekend. My parents had their 35th wedding anniversary, and we
Congrats to
got
them.
yeah, we got everybody except for my older sister down to hang out and have some good times, and so many little kids. Oh god, there's so many.
So many children. Ah,
With just the family here, there was 20 people, and that's not even counting my older sister and her kids and her husband. No, 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 that is just my sister that's older than me but younger than the older sister, and then my older brother and all of his
Lordy.
kids, and then my niece, my oldest niece, with her daughter. Morgie Bud has a daughter. It's terrifying. Holy crap.
Oh my
Um,
god.
they were all there. There were so many people. So many people. It was fun and exhausting. Cooked some food, danced like idiots, had fun.
Hmm.
And then today we went out to roam around, play some Pokemon Go. What we do every Sunday. We go out and spend a couple hours out and about roaming. So yeah,
Wholesome stuff.
yeah, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah. Not very many games came out. I know Sekiro came out, and I still want to play it.
Hmm.
Nothing really of consequence happened otherwise. That's all
Hmm.
really I got, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, rant on for just a little bit more. I gotta take care of something. Be right back.
Oh God, he's gonna leave it to me.
Oh my god. Stall, quick.
Stall quick. Okay, so I listen to audiobooks on the way home and on the way into work in the morning. They keep me awake. I've been listening to two different series. There's this book series called The Bobaverse, and it's about Van Neumann probes and the future. It's a fantastic book series. It's we are many, we are Bob, we are Legion, and all these worlds. Three books that I highly suggest anybody who loves science fiction to pick up and read and enjoy or listen to it. However you want to do it, you can get it on Audible, you can get it on Amazon. And then I'm also listening to the Expanse book series, which that's 8 books. I've already burned through the first 7, and I'm working my way through Tiamat's Wrath, which is the most recent one that came out about a week and a half ago. And it is, these are like dynamically two different book series. Like the Bobaverse books are very semi lighthearted, fun science fiction adventures, whereas The Expanse is a very deep and heavy series to follow. There's a lot of stuff going on at all times. There's politics involved, which is not as much, but a lot. There's still there. I love the way that both books are written. Both books are written from the perspective of characters. So in the Bobiverse, you might be Bob 1, or Bill, or Will, or Milo, so on and so far, so on and so on. The different Bobs out there with different names. Because once a Bob is cloned and created into a new probe, they take on a new name. Because not all of them can be Bob. There's only one Bob, and that is Bob 1. He was the initial probe. Now, in the Expanse series, you have the perspective of whatever characters that the book is following at that point. So, in this series, it's actually not following Holden as much. Like in the first couple books, it followed Holden a lot, but in this one, now that I think about it, I don't think there's been a chapter about Holden that I can remember. I know it's following Naomi, it's following Alex, it's following Teresa, and one other character. But it's
fascinating.
Yes, absolutely. But it's really, really good, really, really good. And the crew in this book is split up. They're scattered, and it's like I can't wait for them to get back. But I want to know what happens at the end of this book. So I'm going to be listening to it pretty intently. I got another 14 hours left of it, so it'll be something that I listen for the next couple weeks. Go ahead, Tony, talk.
Sorry, I had to disappear for a second. I'm cooking ribs. If one thing that most folks don't know is that I kind of like to cook. In fact, I probably should have gone a different route, maybe, and taken some time to maybe become a chef or something, like a personal chef. I don't know. I'm still pretty young. I could probably go that route, maybe, if I decide to pursue that. But yeah,
It's up to
right
you,
now,
man.
yeah, I could have, but right now I just kind of like cooking for myself and my family. And they seem to enjoy it.
I like cooking, but not nearly as much as I should.
Well, no, and you barely have the time for it.
Nah. I have to cook every night when I come home from work. I married a woman that doesn't cook, man.
No.
I know, I'm just going to start beating her until she cooks. Don't hurt me. Oh, God. Ow. Ow. Oh, abuse. Abuse. Oh, God. Ow. Ow. Oh. Oh, the pain. Ow. Ooh, baby, do it again. Anyways.
Sir, this ain't that kind of podcast.
Hey, anything goes, man.
Oh, well. Except Fortnite.
Yeah, except for Fortnite. Anyways, grilling some burgers, A-Gaming. Hell yeah, dude. I don't blame you. Grill the shit out of some burgers. We grilled some burgers and dogs and steaks yesterday. Some good stuff. Really good stuff. I have a marinade I make that is, honestly, I don't know really what's in it. I just have a couple things that I throw into Worcestershire sauce and let it soak, and when it cooks, it's amazing.
Mm.
And I don't measure out the ingredients. I'm like, one more. And then a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And oh, yeah, it's good. I soaked some chicken in it for like a day and a half, and then I grilled it. Oh, it's good.
Ew, sounds so good.
It is. It is really good. But now, what subjects? We're going to save this one particular subject we talked about before we started it for a few minutes here. So you got anything to throw in for today's commentary?
Well, it seems just about everybody and their grandmother is getting into the video game business.
Literally, Grandma Shirley is going to be in Elder Scrolls 6.
Really?
Yeah, you know the old lady that made it big on YouTube for playing Elder Scrolls 5? Skyrim?
Yeah, the oldest Let's Player lady.
Yeah, she's going to be in Elder Scrolls 6. She's going to be an
Sweet.
NPC. I know, right? Do it.
Go for it,
Do
Grandma.
it. Do it, Grandma. And you know what? I am not a big fan of the Elder Scrolls series. I have it. And I've played it. I've put like 60 hours into it. And I can't stand the games. I don't know why I don't like them. I just don't. They're boring to me. That's what it is. They're very boring to me. And like, I've watched her Let's Plays. I was thoroughly entertained by her Let's Plays. And I agree. I hope Elder Scrolls 6 is nothing like Fallout 76. Fallout 76.
Yeah.
So, anyways, continue.
I doubt that. Well, I was going to say I doubt they'll recreate those mistakes, but we've seen Fallout 76.
Right.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because it seems in their efforts to truly make this Google Earth, Google is coming out with their own console, quote unquote. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, it's like a funky streaming console.
Yeah, it's called the Stadia or Stadia. I don't know. I haven't seen the press conference on it, but basically, it's not a console. It's a streaming service, so it's kind of like On Live, if anyone's ever actually tried On Live. So basically, they have their own controller which you can use, which I think On Live also did. I'm not sure. And
I remember
you
On
access,
Live.
and you access a website, and you pay them a subscription fee. So, and they're basically trying to be the Netflix of gaming, pretty much.
Okay.
Even though every other console's already done that, like PlayStation. I know PlayStation has the PlayStation Now service. I'm not sure. Does Xbox have a streaming gaming service on their console?
Not that I know of.
I heard that they were talking about it. I'm not sure if they went through with it.
I have no clue.
But anyway, that's what Google is looking to
Game
accomplish here.
Pass. Game Pass.
Game Pass. Okay, yeah.
Thank you,
Game
A-Gaming.
Pass.
Thank you. Game Pass is what it's called.
Basically, that's what they're trying to accomplish. And honestly, with America's internet, good luck with that.
Right?
If we were like over in somewhere like South Korea or Japan,
Yeah, it'd been fine.
sure, maybe you'd you guys have a better longevity of a career path with that. But currently, with the way that there's a semi-monopoly on the U.S., I don't see this flying so well.
No. No, I have a feeling it'll go the way of what was the game one that back in the day you could pick up the controller, it was connected to the TV and request it.
Oh,
Sega TV.
Sega TV, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna die like Sega TV did.
Oh man,
Right?
man, Sega was far ahead of the game back then. They brought up some interesting ideas. Just they couldn't execute them very well.
They always were. I mean, the Dreamcast was a far better console than half the crap that they had out at the time, and it got shat upon, which makes me sad because it's still a great console. I mean, I got one sitting next to me. One day I'll actually have time to, play it, but but it's still an excellent console today, man.
Well, and also Apple also has their own console too, or console aspirations.
So basically, we're going to be paying a couple $1,000s for a console that is 2 generations behind and has so many restrictions on it, it'll be pointless to play. Right. Okay.
More or less. And
Yeah.
if you ever break the system, then you're gonna have to go to the nearest iStore, set up an appointment for when they can actually see you, and
Even though
then
there's
once
like
your appointment.
15 people standing around doing nothing.
Right.
Yep.
I never understood that whole concept. Like, I'm in the store. You're obviously not helping somebody. Why
Fix my
can't you
shit.
at least take it?
I know.
Like, put it in the back if you're going to do something. Like, if you're not even going to look at it right now, why do I have to freaking take a number and then wait for Dr. So-and-so to come out from the back and say, he'll see you now?
right? And then half the time, if it's not, they are so strict on their like repair policy. Oh well, this is your fault. We don't cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to deal with the Apple Store one time when I had an iPhone 5S. It was because the Lightning port crapped out and wouldn't connect anymore. And
Uh-huh.
I brought it up there, and they cleaned some lint out on it, and it worked until I got home and plugged it in, and it didn't work again. So I had to drive all the way back up there that same day, look at them and say it's still not working, and then it didn't work, and then they finally replaced it. And that was the day the iPhone 6 launched, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
I had all these people like, he keeps coming in and out of there. Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, it's hats because I'm getting my phone fixed. I'm not here to buy an overpriced fucking piece of crap, even though I owned a 6 for a long time. Hell, I have a 6S Plus now, man. I refuse to buy the new Apple phone. I will keep waiting for the old ones to drop to about $200 and then buy it then.
Switch back over to Android, man. Less heartaches.
They're all heartaches, let's be honest. They're
Oh,
all
wow! I
heartaches.
just found out something interesting.
What?
This will not be Apple's first entrance into the console game, a console gaming game, apparently.
No, I think they tried a while ago.
Yeah, back in 1997,
Yeah.
they had a deal with Bandai to make something called the Apple Bandai Pippin.
Right.
It was a
And
CD-ROM based uh, console, and good God.
and then you can go with the Samsung what is it? The Samsung Konami Mary, and then all we got to do is find a Frodo and a Sam, and then we can all go to Mordor. And yes, I agree with you, A Gaming. We need to support physical copies of games. Even though the majority of my games are digital, I still support physical copies. I have 5 right there. I paid $20 for all four of them.
I can't play this disc for you, Mr. Frodo, but I will let you play it.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
Good God, this damn thing costs nearly $600.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Oh my God, no.
Well, I mean, back then, gaming consoles were stupid expensive.
Actually, you know what? Back now that I'm looking at it, well, this is back in '97 though,
That's
not in the
true.
2000s.
No.
The PlayStation 3 debuted at $599.
Yep.
This debuted at $599 back in '97,
Holy
way before
crap.
the PlayStation 1 was even out. I think. No, wait, no,
No, because
no, no,
97
no.
was when Final Fantasy 7 came out.
Right, right. When did the PlayStation 1 come out?
God, 96? 95, 96?
95, 96, somewhere around there. So it was about the same time.
Yep. Yeah. Wow.
Lifespan 1994 to 2006
What, for the PlayStation 1?
for the PlayStation 1. Came out in Japan on December 3rd, 1994.
Wow. That's a hell of a lifespan. Shit, that lasted longer than the majority of the new consoles.
Hell yeah, it did.
Hmm. Huh.
Oh yeah, Apple's basically copying Google. It's a diskless system,
Oh, jeez.
and basically they're charging you a subscription fee in order to play Candy Crush.
Yay! That's what I always didn't want. That's okay. It doesn't matter. You won't own the game anyways. Because if you've ever read, until recently, actually
Hmm.
it has changed because somebody took Apple to court about it. If
Hmm.
you ever read the EULA for an iPhone before it changed, which I think it was about 2 years ago, it actually states that you do not own your iPhone. You are leasing your iPhone, and Apple can recall the product anytime it wants.
What?
Yeah, it's in the EULA, or it was.
I'm
Some,
sorry. If I'm gonna spend X hundred amount of dollars for a piece of equipment, that sucker is mine.
which is why somebody saw it in the EULA and took them to court for it. Now it is yours. You can do with it what you want. It is yours.
The
because
balls on Apple.
Steve Jobs and the lawyers were assholes. You know, everybody's like, "Oh my God, he was so revolutionary." No, he wasn't. You know who was revolutionary? Fucking Bill Gates was revolutionary. That's who
Hey,
was.
fucking man.
Do you know why? And I'm gonna say one thing, because if you worked for Bill Gates and you fucked up, he didn't yell at you. He didn't berate you. He showed you what happened, what went wrong. He sat down next to you and helped you fix it, and helped guide you so that way you didn't fuck up again. He sat down to a lot next to his employees to help them through the issues that they had wrought upon themselves, so that way they could be better at their job. Whereas if you fucked up with Steve Jobs, he yelled at you and called you useless or fired you. Yeah, Steve Jobs was an asshole, not a revolutionary. Fuck that dude.
He just dressed better. That's all.
He didn't even dress better. A turtleneck, bro? Come on, at least Bill Gates represents the correct amount of nerd, you know? You know, if you saw Bill Gates coming to fix your computer, that shit was gonna get fixed. But
Now,
you,
granted,
you look at Steve Jobs
Steve
walking,
Jobs.
you're like, I'm not sure. I mean, is he gonna recite poetry, or is he gonna try to fix my computer?
Is he gonna fix my computer, or is he gonna invite me to a poetry slam? What's going on?
Exactly.
I will say this though. I'm not advocating any of the stuff that Steve Jobs did when he was alive, but some of the salt and vinegar he had in him before he died was probably earned, considering the fact that the company that he started kicked him out.
It's because he was
Only
a
for them.
douchebag. No,
But still, it's his company.
it is his company. And now we get a new fucking iPhone every other year, and I'm sitting here going, guys, no,
That's right.
stop.
It's the new iPhone 82
Right?
with no charge port and no headphone port, because we're that brave.
Yes. Now you have to buy this. now, now you have to buy this exclusive Apple charging disc that you have to hover over your hand and hold perfectly still for an hour and a half while your phone charges. You know what?
What's up, YouTubers? This is Ladyman 3000, and I just got the latest iPhone thing. Charges by dunking your head underwater.
Woo! you
This
know,
shit ain't even out in the markets yet, yo.
you know what cracks me up? Though really cracks me up about the new iPhones, though,
What?
is they all have Samsung screens because the Samsung screens are better quality. It cracks
That is
me up,
wild.
man.
They keep dogging out Samsung, but they're using Samsung technology.
Yeah, the Samsung owns the patent. They're paying Samsung a good chunk of money to use those screens so that way they can get the highest quality. And I'm sitting here going, oh, I thought you guys were supposed to be all revolutionary, making better shit. Shouldn't have kicked Steve Jobs out, even though he was an asshat. Yeah.
The man saved your company, and then you got rid of him. Then you hired him back, and you hired him back when he was bitter.
Right? Okay. All right. Let's stop crapping on them. It's too easy.
It is too easy. All right.
Although rather humorful tale before we move on from phones. I when we upgraded to our 6S Pluses, I took our old 6s, these AT&T 6s that I had got for like dirt cheap, just in case, one of them broke or something like that. We got the kids' phones, got them numbers so they can, we can keep in touch with them if they're out and about. And I took the two sixes I had that were like 16 gigs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They were just basic ass iPhone 6s, and I gave them to two people at work. And one of them is one of the folks I talked to about, hold on a second. One of them I talked to about, like, Flash and Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow, stuff like that. And gave her the phone, and she's like, yay, does it work? So I set it up for her, and like a couple days later she comes in, she's got like a first generation Apple Watch, and she's got this pretty case on it and a screen protector. I'm like, you do realize that you have now just become a basic bitch, right? And she's like, I know. And I'm like, you're welcome.
At least she acknowledged it.
How did you and mom meet dad? What's the romantic magical adventure? I'm not even really sure how to answer that, Muck Chip.
Hmm.
And I have a bio? Did I ever set up a bio on this thing? Hold on, now I have to look. Anyways, go ahead, Tyke. While I look up on my bio.
Uh, I don't know what else it is. Well, we usually do this at the end, so I guess I'll do this right now. Let's talk about what's coming out as far as game releases. Let's see. What the hell is that in the background?
Hmm?
Oh, oh, I'm sorry. That's me.
Oh.
I was um, I was looking up some speed strats for Resident Evil to try to get that S plus ranking,
Oh.
and I noticed that somebody on hardcore mode took down Birkin, the Birkin fight, the first one, took down Birkin with just a knife and one stun grenade.
What?
Now, I said the same thing, but then I realized he's playing on PC. And
Oh.
here's the stupid part. He's not playing with mods. This is just something that happens to be tied to knives on the Resident Evil. The damage is based on the frame rate.
Really?
Yes. So if you're playing on consoles, the damage for their knife in Resident Evil 2 Remake is lower than, say, if you had a high-end PC which had unlimited frame rate based on how good your specs were.
Wow. So, high end, you could just knife him a couple times and it'll kill him.
The knife is OP as fuck. Like he killed him in less than a minute with that strategy.
That's insane.
Popped the cutscene, threw a stun grenade, and just knifed him to death in less than a minute.
That's. I.
And you can only do that on a good PC.
That's insane, bro.
That is very insane. All right. Now,
Apparently,
as I was
you can do it on the Xbox One also because A Gaming did it too.
okay then. Well, if you can get your if you can get it on Xbox One or PS4 Pro or a really good PC, and if you can get above 60 frames per second, or at least a baseline of 60 frames per second, then your knife is going to be a lot more powerful. Is basically what I'm saying,
That's insane.
because it's tied. The damage is tied to your frame rate, which is stupid.
Huh.
Anyway, game releases for the week. There's not really all that much going on. We're gonna just do it for the month because it's kind of sporadically tied out, all over throughout the month. But on April 9th, we've got Shovel Knight Showdown coming out for practically everything: PC, Mac, Linux, PS4, Wii U, Switch, and Xbox One. And it's Yacht Club is the Yacht Club games. They're probably the pinnacle as far as when it comes to supporting their product, because they release like all sorts of updates, and they're usually free, unless they get to a certain point where they did like a collection of all their DLC stuff. But yeah, Shovel Knight Showdown. Not really sure what that's all about, but it's coming out on April 9th. But the game that pretty much everybody else is looking forward to, Mortal Kombat 11, is coming out
Yay.
April 23rd, and that's coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and surprisingly, Switch.
Really? Same day as everything else?
From what I'm looking at, it looks like it.
Nice.
So Switch players will be able to get on that fatality action too.
Hell yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get it on PS4 so I can lay down the ass whooping.
So you can get laid on an ass whooping.
Shit. We've never played Mortal Kombat recently.
Actually, you're right. The last Mortal Kombat I remember us playing together was what, Ultimate?
3, yeah, 3 Ultimate.
or 3 Ultimate? Yeah.
Yeah, like back on the Super NES days.
Oof.
Yeah, it's been a while since me and you. We've played everything else, Soul Calibur, Tekken, all that stuff, but we haven't played Mortal Kombat in forever, forever,
Mm-mm.
ever, forever,
For,
ever, ever.
forever, ever, ever.
Yeah,
So
man.
that'll be interesting. Booting that
Hell,
up and
yeah.
seeing what variation of character of Scorpion you come up with.
Shit. I'm gonna catch a cage your ass,
Oh, I'm looking at Jackie Briggs.
Jacqueline. Jack.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jacqueline Jackie.
Yep.
The stuff that they showed off during the combat cast for her.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. I tell you, my favorite thing in like Mortal Kombat 10 is whenever you're facing, if you're playing Cassie and you're facing off against Johnny, she goes,
Hmm.
"Hey, it's a cage match," and he's like, "Oh God, I can't believe you're my daughter." I When I played that game, I got so good with Cassie Cage that like I had a few people that were playing it with me got like mad at me because I had her selfie fatality
Mm.
like down pat, and that's all I do is I do the selfie fatality, and people are like, "Man, fuck you, stop doing that shit." But why? It's the best fatality in the entire game. She
It's the trolliest
it
fatality.
God it is because she busts the guy's jaws off, grabs him, tilts his head up, takes a selfie.
That's almost like Diva's highlight in Overwatch, where she blows up her mech and takes a selfie.
Right? Exactly. Let's see. How did I meet my wife? Let's answer this question in the chat. How did I meet my wife? I met my wife through a mutual friend, and we became friends, and stuff and things happened, and then we started dating and kids, and then got married. And I know that was a little bit backwards, but that's how I met her.
Well,
Now,
hey, at least you got to the part where you had a family
right now,
together. Yeah.
Tony over here, he met his wife back in the 8th grade, millions of
Yes,
years ago.
yes, I married my middle school sweetheart.
He really did. He really, really did. Yep. So yeah,
And I was nervous as fuck.
yeah, yeah. He was. It was funny. Anyways,
But my dude, Zord over here, was the ultimate wingman, and he was the one who officially got us together.
that's right. He's like, I don't want to. I don't know want to talk to her, man. I don't know. I can't do. I can't. And then I'm like, hey, Dom. Yeah, this is Tony. And then I pieced out.
And then he pieced right the fuck out. And so awkward moments happened, and then we started talking, and eventually we started dating, and then eventually we started really dating, and then we got married after several years of dating.
Yep. It was like, hey, have you met Tony? And then I'm like, ninja vanish.
He did. I thought that was some weird, a weird cloud of smoke for some reason.
Yeah, man. Oh god, it's been so long. All right, so what other games? Go ahead and
All right,
keep talking. I'm gonna change my batteries on my vape.
gotcha. Vape Nation. Let's see. April 26th, we've got Days Gone. That game is finally coming out for the PS4. Uh, looks like a more extreme version of
Cannot
The
wait
Last
for
of
some
Us.
Days Gone.
Yeah, it's looking interesting. They recently released a trailer for it. So check that out if you're trying to build up some hype for that. Let's see. And we started off with an indie game, semi-ending it with another indie game. Super Meat Boy Forever is
Oh god.
scheduled to come out sometime in April. There's no exact date, but it's coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, iOS, Android, and the Switch. So good on those guys for finally making it to practically every console out there.
Right?
And
you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong.
and one more game coming out in April. I'm not sure if anybody has heard of this one, but it's called Dauntless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is coming out for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. That one also to be announced, but sometime during April as well.
Huh.
and those
Cool.
are the video game releases for the month of April.
Yay for the video game releases.
Yay, video games.
Rich games. Now on to the meat of this this particular part. We're gonna go ahead and crack
Meat and potatoes.
into good old Jordan Peele says something
Woo-woo.
recently, and don't get me wrong, I loved Get Out, and I am excited to see Us. I cannot see.
I saw
wait,
it.
Is it good?
It is. It's not the best horror movie I've seen in a long time. Certainly not the worst. I do appreciate the spin that they had at the end of it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Y'all got to go watch it.
All right.
But I will say it is a decent movie.
All right. Do you think the hype is worth it?
Initially, when I first saw the trailers, I was all sorts of hype. But
Okay.
after I watched the movie, hype levels kind of died down a little. But that's not to say that that's on any of the actors' part. The actors did an amazing job, especially Lupita. Holy crap, that lady!
All right.
Because she has to. This isn't spoiling anything. She has to act as both the main family character, the main family's wife, as well as the lead antagonist of the movie, because they're the clones of the family.
Okay.
Spoiler, not spoiler. It's in the damn trailer.
Okay.
So she has to play both the hero and the antagonist at the same time, and she knocks it out of the park.
Excellent. So where do you think it fell short?
Hmm. I want to say it fell short in whatever message it was trying to deliver. Like, just like Get Out, there's a lot of there's certainly a statement it's trying to make, and you can definitely tell that there's a lot of Easter eggs in it. There's a certain Bible quote in it that you see throughout the movie that comes up every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, in the beginning of it, they do a quick flashback of the main character, and before they do anything else, it shows her watching this decades old PSA announcement from like way back in the 80s that none of y'all will probably understand if I'm guessing our current audience members. You remember Hands Across America?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing that was overly hyped but failed incredibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the opening thing that we see the main character watch in the beginning of the movie,
Okay.
and there's supposed to be some sort of payoff for it at the end of the film, but it's again it feels like it falls. So the only thing that I'm disappointed about is the messages that it was trying to convey. But everything else, though, as far as like acting, character motivation, the M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end, I thought that was pretty good.
Okay.
If I had to score it, I'd probably give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's a passable movie. It's not the best in the world, but it's certainly not the worst.
Okay. All right. I can dig it.
Mm.
I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
Suckers. Okay. Yeah, I just I'm down to see it, man.
Mm.
I would love to see it and see the Switch and whatever they got in store for us. I'm excited for it. I watched Get Out. I enjoyed Get Out. I thought it was well written, well done. I like how it all played out. It's a good movie.
It was.
The problem with a lot of these movies is, okay, just go ahead and say it. But the problem with a lot of these movies is they're like, oh my god, it's a black director with a black cast. It's gonna be the most amazing thing ever. I say that with a mockingly voice for a reason because I'm looking at everybody else who says this, and I'm like, I don't care. They could be fucking chartreuse for all I care. I want a good story. I want to be entertained. Okay, if it was the gladiators fighting in the pit, I don't care if they're black or white. I want to be entertained. I want to see that lion get killed or rip them apart. That's what I want. I came there for blood and gore. Let's get some blood and gore.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a devil's advocate on this, but you go ahead and say your piece.
Okay. So when it comes down to it, I was entertained by Get Out, and I'm hoping I'm entertained by Us. I just don't care about the casting decisions or the director or anything like that. I want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I care about.
All right. Now here's where I jump in.
All right.
As the token black man, I'm getting that out there. I will say I agree in what you're saying. As far as casting and directors aren't that important, as long as the final product is good. Mm-hmm. You and I are both of the same mindset on that one, at least.
All right.
Like we want at the end of the day, we just want a good movie.
Yes.
Like we want to be entertained.
Yes.
Now, however, I will say this much. I am very glad that a movie directed by a black person, casted primarily by black people, are finally doing well. Like this goes along with like films like Black Panther that came out years ago, Get Out that came out before Us. Like, let me say about this much: black films that were like, or films that there were back in the day, there were no black directors, or there were hardly any black directors outside of people like Spike Lee. And anytime you would see a black person in the film, they played very token roles. Like they were either the jive talking, cocaine slaying drug dealers, the pimps or the hoes, or the first one to die in a horror movie. Unless we're talking about what's that? What was it? Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
The original Night of the Living Dead. The black guy lives throughout the whole film.
Until the end.
Until the end.
Then he gets shot.
Yes. Then he gets shot. Spoiler alert. Not because he's a zombie.
It's because he didn't say anything.
Right.
He should have spoke up. If like, hello, anybody there? Oh God, look at him. Somebody, it's a zombie. Shoot it. Bang. If he'd have said, yo, I'm alive. They'd be like, all right.
Granted, the dude is tired as fuck.
Yes.
He had just spent an entire 24 hours zombie killing and protecting a bunch of dumb people, trying not to make sure that they don't kill each other or the zombies kill them. Mm-hmm. So, granted, I would say, maybe he's kind of justified in being a little tired. But you can still talk without moving.
Right? I would be like, why? I'm alive in here, you know?
Stay alive! She should have bust out with staying alive.
Right?
Now, my point being, bringing it back in, is that the quality of black films, especially those who had the very rare black directors and black leads, was very, very poor outside of black exploitation films. They always had that level of jank that was kind of like, yeah, I don't see this on anywhere outside of home theaters or your local cinema. Like, this ain't going to win any Oscars anytime soon.
No.
But the fact that the quality has definitely upgraded since then, and we're getting to the point where a movie made on a $5 million budget ends up making bank plus on the first weekend, and it's directed by a black guy and starring primarily black people, I will not lie in saying that makes me feel a little good. It does my heart good to see that my peoples are finally coming up in other worlds besides sports and hip hop.
I wouldn't even really say they're coming up in hip hop anymore.
Yeah, that's another show.
Right.
Fuck. But yeah, that's basically where I stand on that as far as like um black directors and black actors. However, coincidentally, this will further segue into our discussion topic, which I will leave to you, sir.
Yeah. So Jordan Peele recently, during an interview, he states that he does not see himself casting a white lead in any of his movies or shows anytime soon. And my
Read the full
thought,
quote.
let
Say
me
the full quote
hold on. Let me
for context.
Let me. Jordan Peele. No, I can't put racist there. Let's see. Let's find the whole quote here. All right.
I bet you I'll find it before you.
Talks to. I don't see myself casting a white dude as lead in my movie. Not that I don't like white dudes, but I've seen that movie. We've all seen that movie thousands of times. That's part of what makes Peele's filmmaking and his perspective. So blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. Okay, basically, he said that he doesn't see himself casting any white dudes. Not that he doesn't like white dudes,
But he's just tired of
seeing the movie.
That
Okay,
movie.
so here's my beef with that comment.
Okay.
Okay. If that was a white dude saying that he didn't see himself casting a black dude in any of his movies, this world would have been set on fire with all the SJWs, getting
Twitter
butthurt.
would have been set aflame.
People would have been trying to ruin his career, and
The pitchforks would have been passed around.
there would have been like flaming boulders catapulted at this guy's house. They would have tried to crucify his family, him, and all that stuff because
You'll never work in this town again.
because he said he didn't want to cast a black dude. Yet we have a black dude saying he doesn't want to cast white dudes, and everybody's like, meh, whatever. Okay, either way, whoever says it, it is still discriminatory, regardless.
Yes.
And what he said was wrong. He shouldn't have said that. He should have never even hinted towards that. He should have said,
Even though the quote that doesn't say he will never cast a white dude, it says I don't see myself casting a white dude. The fact that there's that hint of negativity in there towards one race against a person of one race against another person of another race, people see that as this is can't really sugarcoat it. It's racist.
it is.
And I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. It is racist. You cannot be black and be not racist, and you can't. Every race is racist in a way. Like you can't. Nobody has the rights on being racist.
No, nobody does it. Anybody who ever tries to tell you that any other race can't be racist because of oppression is stupid. They're selling something. That's all they're trying to do. They're stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. Racism is putting, degrading, and looking down upon somebody who is not the same color as you, basically. And the stupidity.
The definition.
Go ahead.
By way of Merriam-Webster.
There we go.
So this is official.
This is motherfucking official.
A belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race.
There you go.
It doesn't say anything about which other race thinks or feels that way.
Doesn't say white people. It says.
It doesn't say white people, doesn't say black people, doesn't say Asians, doesn't say Hispanics.
It just says if you feel like your race is superior, you're racist.
Point
and simple.
blank. Plain and simple.
And what's interesting, is we've spent years and years apart from each other. I mean, we had a solid 4 years living near enough each other to spend every day with each other. So I don't know what happened to you after I went off that we went our separate ways, but we stayed in contact. We're still best friends. Okay, that's
Yes,
plain and frickin' simple. Okay, that'll never change. Distance will never change that. Okay, but I know that in my life, I've been the target of racism. I know that during my time of hanging out with you, I've been the target of racism because I was hanging out with you. And the one that I always remember is we were walking back to your cousin's house from Whitewater, and we were walking through a particular seated neighborhood, and two black dudes were like, "What you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm walking." And your cousin was like, "Yo, I got this. I got this." It's cool. It's cool. You're good. You're good. Just shut up and let me deal with these guys.
Stand down. Let me handle this.
Right? And I'm like, all right, whatever. And it was like they targeted me because I was the white dude walking with two black guys. And it's absurd. And
that's not to say I haven't had my share of racial experiences either, but to emphasize Zord's point here, racism is not race locked.
No, it isn't. And
it is not binary. It is not even trinary, if that even is a word. It goes all over the place.
Yep, and what Jordan Peele said is racist, and people should say that, but let's not try to burn down this guy's career because he said something racist. I mean, it's ridiculous, and people should stop trying to burn down other people's careers because they might have said something racist 15 years ago that doesn't matter now.
Now, to bring back the Black Devil's Advocate again, I will say this. In fact, I'm going to boil it down to a single movie title.
All right.
Gods of Egypt.
I think the people even involved in that were like, what the fuck were we thinking?
How are you going to have a movie about Egyptian gods in the motherland of Africa, and you're gonna cast fucking Gerard Butler as which god did he play? Not Osiris.
What was it? Kings of Egypt or Lords of Egypt? Gods of Gods.
It was Gods of Egypt.
God. Oh my God.
Freaking Leonidas, who wasn't even like the same. He was a Scottish Leonidas playing an Egyptian god.
Let's see. He played.
I know my history, and I know that white people do exist in Egypt. Hell, we're talking Mark Antony and fucking Cleopatra.
He played Set, by the way.
He was Set. Okay. He was Set, the god of death.
Chadwick Boseman was in that movie.
Chadwick Boseman was in that movie, but he was not an Egyptian god.
He was thought. That hoe over there. Thoth. He was Thoth. That's who he was.
Okay.
This is terrible. There's so many white people in this movie. It's sad.
I'm like, wow. No. I mean, I thought we were past Charlton Heston splitting the Red Seas and whatnot. And then eventually standing up bare naked yelling, "I am Spartacus."
Right.
I thought we were past that. Like, this is the 2000s, but holy hell. Y'all just took generations of equality and we're going to try and fix this and took 15 giant steps backwards.
Yeah, we sure did.
Which brings me to my point. what Jordan Peele said is inherently wrong
Yes.
because no one person should be denied an opportunity because of their race or because of the race of the people who are handing out those opportunities. I will say that. However, I will also say, had he not chosen to this mindset, we probably wouldn't be getting the movies that we do now. Black Panther probably wouldn't exist in the form that you think it would be. We certainly wouldn't get Us. Well, we might get Us, but Get Out certainly would not have had the impact it would have. I feel if the people involved weren't of the people who the main subject matter was about. Like, if black people were not out there giving other black people chances, we'd probably still be stuck having Mammy in what's her name, Gone with the Wind roles, and she didn't even get her Oscar until several years later when that movie got its Oscar.
Well, you do know what actor that really, really helped and supported the cause of black actors throughout the last, like, 40 to 50 years, who that was, right? He's a really big actor, as a matter of fact, and a stand-up comedian, and now everybody just shits all over him.
Eddie Murphy?
No, Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah, Bill Cosby, yeah.
Yeah, he paved the way for a lot of things to happen in Hollywood to help, like, black stuntmen, black actors, everything. He was a huge activist to help move along the cause, and now he is
Now he's been reduced to joke status.
Yep. And
if anything.
And honestly, with this whole thing with Cardi B, that bitch need to be in jail.
She does.
I mean, everybody jumped up and down whenever everything happened with Bill Cosby, an 80-year-old man who helped a lot of causes and a lot of things happen. And now we got this horrible, terrible, not even talented creature thing dancing around telling people to eat her ass, and she's talking about she used to drug men and rob them. Why is she not in jail?
Because she was a stripper. She did what she had to do to survive.
Yeah, that's still drugging and robbing people. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Evil is evil. It's all bad, man.
Yeah, we should go ahead and get in touch with those men that she robbed. See if they want to press charges. I mean, at least they can help us not have to listen to her garbage anymore.
God, she ruined that Bruno Mars song that they collabed on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got nothing to say more about that. That is the most ridiculous shit. Talk about a double standard.
Double standard.
She had to survive. No, she could have got a job somewhere else. McDonald's is hiring.
Okay. Strippers, they make a lot of money, yes, and they do seem to be like the last option for women, especially if they have no skills. Excuse me. But that was back in the day. Like, even nowadays, considering how old Cardi B is,
she had more than enough opportunities.
She probably had more than enough opportunities if she knew what those opportunities were. I'm gonna give her a slight handicap and say she probably grew up in a rough neighborhood because she was black.
She's not black.
And she's black enough.
No. No. She's Latino.
Cardi B is Latino?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her name is Belcalisi Marlinas Almenrez.
She was born in Brooklyn. She's black enough.
Man, I know a bunch of people. I know a bunch of Latinos from Brooklyn that'll whoop your ass for saying that now.
I know a bunch of Latinos from Brooklyn who will also back me up on that shit.
Yeah, we don't want her.
Man,
She's
if you
26. She had more of an opportunity than anybody else.
right, like the programs are out there. I'm gonna give her a handicap and say she didn't know of them or no one told her of them, and whatnot. But even so,
Okay.
there was still a chance for her to.
Dominican father and an Afro Trinidadian mother. So Dominican and Trinidad. She
That is
Latino.
black as fuck.
Dom-
That is black as fuck, sir. I don't care what you say.
Dominican. Let's see. Dominican is Black Tino
That's right. Dominican is black Tino.
and Trinidadian. Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago
Yeah.
are part of the are,
West African and Sub-Saharan deserts. All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So she's Black Tino.
She's black Tino, aka black. You laugh, but history will tell you if you have even a drop of blackness in your blood, people don't care. You are black.
So if I took one of those 23andMe and found out I had like 1% black, would I be Black Tony?
I'd invite you to the next family barbecue.
You'd invite me to the next family barbecue anyways.
Regardless, yes, but now I'd have an excuse to call you brother and have
You
it
don't
mean more
need
than one thing.
Wow, it doesn't mean anything more than that. Wow, Tony.
I call you brother
Wow.
because I call you brother
Wow.
number one because hold
Wow.
on, let me clarify myself.
Wow.
Let
Wow.
me okay.
Wow.
Sir.
Wow.
Sir.
Wow.
Sir. Sir.
Wow.
Sir.
Wow.
Sir.
Go ahead. I'm gonna
I
cry
call
now.
you brother. I call you brother because out of all the friends I've had and out of all the family members I've had, you are the one who's had my back the most in a lot of shit I went through.
Yep. Even though this motherfucker never calls me.
Because I'm terrible at that, I admit it. I will attempt to get better at it. Will I get better at it? Who knows?
Probably not.
That's between me and God. But the reason why I said that quote was because if you had black blood in your veins, then
I could be a brother.
you could be a brother. brother with an A, not brother with an R. I could hand you your N-word pass, and then thing would be cool. Hey man, it's happy 18th birthday. Here's your pass.
Look, I could say it. I got 1%, baby.
That's right. Better laminate that shit before someone comes up to you with a pair of scissors.
Right? Exactly. I want to do the 23andMe just to see. I mean, it's probably going to be like Irish and Scandinavian.
Did you hear what they said about what's his name, Conan O'Brien, when he did the 23andMe?
No, what did it say?
Okay, when Conan O'Brien did the 23andMe thing, and he got it and he got it back from the dude. Like I think he had like a personal doctor do it or something.
Yeah.
And the results came back, and it said that he was 100% Irish.
That's not shocking.
Not shocking, very true, yes. But here's a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Conan thought that was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And the doctor's like, no, you don't understand. I've done thousands of these. No one's ever come back 100% Irish. For you to come back 100% Irish, that would mean you would have to somewhere along the line be inbred.
Oh. Or they just married some good Irish folk together.
Did you ever fuck a leprechaun?
Right? There was this girl at my work. She did the 23, that test.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's 23andMe. I think it's something else. 23andMe tells you what your genetics are and what your dispositions are. There's another one that we're talking about. I can't remember what it is. Just 23andMe is what came to mind.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there.
Anyways, so she did that to find out what she was, and I mean, she's obviously Chinese. Okay, you can look at her and go, "Yeah, you're Chinese." It's plain and simple. So she got the information back, and she was 99.9% Chinese and 0.1% Korean.
Huh.
Yeah, and her friend looks at her and goes, "I could have saved you $50 and told you that." That's hysterical.
Some people are like that though. They'll listen to what everybody else has to say, but they won't believe it unless they've got that piece of paper in their hands
Right?
that they spent good money on.
Yep. Oh god, that was hysterical. I like. We could have saved you some money and told you that, man. It's not a problem. You could have gave me the $50 and I could have told you that.
I needed a doctor to tell me I was gay, dude. Have you not seen? I could have told you that. You wore skinny jeans, for crying out loud.
Well, what's interesting though is you, my friend, are Irish.
Mm.
You know that, right?
I haven't looking exactly what my genetic tree is, but I know somewhere along the line that
Nope.
I am somewhat
I
Irish.
I pinned your dad down and I asked him about his heritage. I was like,
Hmm.
"What are you, man?" Because your dad is almost as white as me, but he's
Creole, Irish, some Hawaiian, I think.
he's African because his African
Durr.
family, his African family. Here's because I talked to him about it. You should probably talk to him about it too at some point. His African
I
family.
have.
Okay.
I have.
Okay, this is what he told me. His African family actually paid to come to the United States, and he's African, Irish, Creole. Somewhere in there's a Hawaiian and Native American.
Yeah, Blackfoot.
But yep, Blackfoot Native American. Now your mom, I've looked at that family, bro. They're African.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
We're-
yeah,
everybody on my mom's side, direct descendants of Kunta Kinte.
yep. Y'all just African, bro.
No lie.
Yep.
The story roots. That's my family.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can look at moms and she's like, yeah, there's no debating that the fact that there if there's a white person in that family tree, it wasn't strong.
There was one.
Yeah, not enough for it to matter.
Yeah, not enough for it to matter, but there is legit just one.
There's probably some descendant somewhere that has like the perfect hair that every black woman wants because those white genes that are in there. Not frizzy, but perfectly. You know the you know what I'm talking about? Like my hair.
Hmm.
Yeah, like that. Everybody walk around. I hate you. Your hair don't frizz up.
That's the one with the good hair.
Right? Exactly. But no. Yeah, you're Irish, bro.
I believe it.
You don't look a damn bit of Irish, but you're Irish.
I don't drink like an Irishman.
No, you projectile vomit, which always makes me laugh to think about that night.
Only because the screwdriver you gave me was way out of proportion
What are you talking about? It had orange juice in it for color.
for color. Sir, you will never make it as a mixologist.
Nope. And I'm okay with that. All right, so we derailed completely. What the hell were we talking about?
We talked about racism in Hollywood.
Ah, yeah, and that's actually that's a problem that's been there for a very, very long time, and I don't feel that what Jordan Peele said could. I feel like he perpetuated the whole thing by saying that.
What he said was both smart and stupid at the same time.
Yes. Honestly, it would have been better off if he just kept casting black people and never said that statement.
He should have did what Tyler Perry just does. Just do it and not say anything about it.
Exactly. and how many Medea movies and how many Shouldn't Have Got Married movies do we have to deal with because of that? A lot.
God, dude, I just saw Medea's funeral.
I mean, how many is that? Like 15 Medea movies? I'm gonna have to Google this.
How many Medea movie. Wow, it's already in the Google search. It says 10 so far.
10. Wow.
Let me see if that includes the latest one. Medea's Tough Love, Meet the Browns, Medea's Witness Protection. No,
No?
it does not include all of them because it doesn't include. No, wait, it does include Boo 2, a Medea Halloween. Okay, so and Medea's Family Funeral. Okay, this is an up-to-date list.
11.
11.
11. I just counted them all. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Medea's
Uh-huh.
Family Reunion, Meet the
Uh-huh.
Browns, Medea Goes to Jail, I Can Do
Uh-huh.
Bad All by Myself, Medea's Big
Uh-huh.
Happy Family, Medea's Witness
Uh-huh.
Protection, a Medea Christmas, Boo, a Medea Halloween, Boo 2, a Medea Halloween, a Medea Family Funeral, plus...
Which just came out.
Yes. Plus the animated film Medea's Tough Love. So that's 12 Medea movies.
Okay, there's 12, but only 11 are live action.
Yes.
But still, holy shit.
Right? And we haven't heard him say anything about just not casting white people.
Then there was that movie that he starred in, that he directed, where he was like a detective. Forgot what it was called.
Ooh.
It was a serious movie though, like Mark Wahlberg serious.
Vice? No.
No, that wasn't it. It was something else.
How long ago?
That was a good number of years.
He was in Gone Girl.
Hmm.
He was in Alex Cross.
That was it. Alex Cross.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, he played Alex Cross. Holy shit. Damn.
Wait, is there something more to Alex Cross than I know?
Alex Cross is a James Patton book series that James Patton actually, wrote.
Oh.
And there are 3 movies. Let's see. Kiss the Girl, Along Came a Spider, and Alex Cross. So Kiss the Girl was Morgan Freeman, I believe. Yeah, Morgan Freeman as Alex Cross, and Along Came a Spider was Morgan Freeman again. And then Alex Cross is Tyler Perry.
Huh.
Yeah. So he stepped in the shoes of old Morgan Freeman.
Wow. You literally played second fiddle to God.
Right? That's some big shoes to fill, I'm not going to lie.
The biggest.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap this... Right? You're not wrong. We're going to have to wrap this up here in a few minutes because I got to get some sleep. But is there anything else you want to throw in before we go?
I got today's quote.
right.
But if you guys are interested in what else we're doing, you can always follow us at our usual stomping grounds. You can find me at twitter.com/ryuji-sama or instagram.com/ryuji-dono. Links will be in the description.
There you go. Actually, save that quote for next week. I got a better one.
Oh, you do, now?
Yes.
Mine's a George Carlin quote now.
Maybe.
Tell you what, you say yours because I got plenty. I'll just pick one.
All right, actually, you know what? We'll do both of the quotes. All right, mine comes from MASH, and it's Sydney's last line in the last episode of MASH, and he said, "I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice that I gave you when I first met you. Take my advice, pull down your pants, and slide on the ice."
All right, and mine from the late great George Carlin is, "Think of how stupid the average person is, and realize half of them are stupider than that."
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Then on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We'll try to record next Sunday right around 6 o'clock. If anybody would like to join us, let us know. We're going to pull somebody in for the next show. I've been trying to get some of my streamer friends to join me here and there. One
thing though.
Okay, what you got?
In the comments below, here's your question of the week.
Oh yeah, question.
Since they've been asking us questions, here's a counter question. If any of you are married or are seeking a significant, how did you guys meet?
There we go. Yeah, if you're married, How did you guys meet your significant other?
If you're not married, well, how did you meet them still?
There you go.
And what's taking so long?
Right?
Where my grandkids at?
Right? You gotta have kids first, Tony.
Oh, okay.
Although, hold on a minute. I should have said this earlier, and I just now thought of it. As far as what we were talking about with Jordan Peele, I think I already explained this one. Never mind. It's like, I don't care about the diversity part. It doesn't really matter. I just want quality entertainment. I want people to create original characters and give me a story. I don't care if they're black, white. I don't care if they're Asian. I don't care if they're Eastern European. I like the Indian films. I think they're freaking hysterical.
Some of the Bollywood films are great.
Yeah, they are, seriously. There's one, I can't remember the name of it to save my life, but they catapult troops over a wall using palm trees, and then the troops like form a shield like cannonball, and then they hit like clash into a bunch of the opposing troops, and as they bounce off the ground, they all like pull their shield up and their swords out, and they land perfectly and start fighting. It's like,
Jesus.
yeah, Bollywood. But no, that's where I stand. Just entertain me. Come up with something new and original. Don't tokenize current characters. It's lazy, and it's lazy.
And even if you do come up with something that's not original, just make it entertaining.
Yes. So, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Ask us questions you want us to answer in the show, and answer the question of how did you meet your significant other, if you have one, or if you don't have one, how do you plan on meeting your significant other? Even though that probably won't happen, but I'd still like to hear your plan.
Yeah, who's your wingman? What's your plan of approach?
There you go. On that note, everybody have a great night. You're beautiful, awesome, and we love your faces.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.